Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Two Bros Game Night. I am your host, Older Bro.
I'm your other host, Younger Bro.
And today we continue in Highway Blossoms.
Yeah, well, we're learning more about this gold rush story.
Yeah. He slides his thumb along his neck and makes a cheesy sound effect to go with it. Marina giggles, but I just keep staring.
The folks that found the journal ended up selling it to some hotshot publishing house. Now everyone wants to retrace his steps and find the treasure. Shipments have been
Oh,
selling
gold,
like
I
crazy.
want me some
Just
gold.
got ours last week.
Marina's thoughts. Check this item out in the gallery. Oh, I think that gallery is on the main screen.
Main menu, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think we can see it in-game. He points to a rack of identical books sitting by the door. A sign hanging above it reads, Treasure of the Desert, a miner's journey. Take part in the new gold rush. Yeah, that'll stick in people's heads.
And people are really buying into this?
Well, of course they are. When people have nothing better to do, they buy into anything.
Money.
Sure are. I've worked here for over 20 years, and never have I seen this many people passing through. Even the banshee before you was here for some supplies and a journal.
Well, yeah, of course she was. She's a biker gang leader. Sure, okay. This is a hoax if I've ever seen one.
And where is this supposed treasure?
No
Treasure.
one knows. It's all scattered around the desert. They say the journal has hints to its whereabouts.
Uh-huh. Marina, you said this is why you drove out here.
Yep, that's right.
But you don't really believe the treasure exists, do you?
Sure I do.
She pauses to think.
At least, I want to. But wouldn't it be super cool if there was treasure?
But I also
Sure,
think
it
it
would
gives
be
bad luck
cool.
to those who search for it.
But
That's
there's a
why my
good
car
chance
broke
there
down.
isn't. And even if there were, do you know where to start looking?
Yes, in your boob.
I'm wondering if Amber is also the National Park Ranger. I can't tell.
No, not really. I never got that far. I don't even have a copy of the
I have to
journal.
listen to her voice.
Like, Marina is definitely
Oh, yeah.
Yellowstone. She lowers her head. Like, she knows there's a good chance what I'm saying is true.
But I have to try.
Her voice is soft and quiet, but there's a faint glow of determination behind it. It makes me feel ashamed for scolding, but the idea that she dropped everything for treasure is insane. To her credit, she did a little research, but that's canceled out by driving into a desert without a full tank of gas. She wasn't prepared at all. The people who care about her must be worried sick. I barely even know her, and I'm worried.
Aw, don't be too hard on her, Missy. After all, who could resist a good treasure hunt?
Me, I could.
He looks to Marina and gives a big gummy grin, courtesy of missing teeth.
Ain't that right, sister?
Marina springs back with a smile of her own.
That's right.
Rolling my eyes, I reach into my pocket and pass some crumpled bills to the clerk.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
She might be.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
I wasn't sure, but then she had a longer line, and I was like, that sounds like it's the same person, too.
like, it's almost like we're listening to...
Okay, so we're now playing National Park Girls, except instead of getting with Yosemite, you get with Yellowstone.
Yeah, so they use Yellowstone's voice actor for the uppity, energetic characters, and they use
For the stoic, serious character. that's
stoics.
like-
Yeah, for the main character.
or, well, maybe not stoic. It's just, I'm done with the world
I'm
character.
done with the world
Yeah.
character. Yeah.
Yeah, like Yosemite is probably the more stoic character. He shrugs and stuffs the cash in the register, although now I'm just paying for the tank and an empty cup.
And he really stuffs it
pocket
in
the
there.
change.
Like, he almost breaks the cash register. He's just like, ugh!
I give a casual wave from the exit. That should be good enough, thank you.
I think his knuckles are bleeding, too.
Marina follows, though a bit more animated, waving her arm like a fan as she said goodbye.
And sister?
Yeah?
I'm not
Go
related.
ahead and take one of them journals. Free of charge.
Marina lights up like a firecracker and bounces up and down like she's a kid again.
Oh, wow. Thanks, mister.
In one swift motion, she swipes one of the remaining books off the rack so fast that I swear my eyes are skipping frames.
Hey, Amber, look! He gave me one for free.
She sounded like
Way
way
too into
Ooh,
it.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah,
shopkeeper.
I see it.
Suddenly.
That is definitely the same character as the park ranger. So her dead voice sounds exactly the same. I tune out her chattering and nod as we walk out of the parking lot so we can finally get the fuel. The attendant shouts one last thing, his voice fading behind the glass of the closing door.
Luck on your trip.
Desert people are weird. You are desert people.
No way.
Maybe it's further up the road?
The person who, when they were calling the biker gang leader, saying that there was an old thing, no one's gonna care if it's stolen. They were talking about her car.
Oh, no.
Well, you got counter robbed.
I can't believe it. It's gone.
We could have just passed it.
We weren't even away that long. How can it be gone?
We stare at the empty space that once housed a certain ugly green car. I look in every conceivable direction, but there's nothing. Nothing but an ocean of
I
sand.
spent money on a car that we couldn't even go back to.
Well, now she has backup gas. I mean, it's not going to be a waste.
I suppose.
And a never-ending stretch of road. Was it towed? Who the fuck would have towed it out here? Not this quick.
Where the hell did it go?
Oh, no!
She... they didn't even give her like a mad
That is
expression
kinda
to
weird,
face.
isn't it?
Marina's her hand rests on her against her cheek as she looks on with mild confusion, like she's trying to solve a mystery.
Your car is missing! That's more than a little weird.
Well, it's actually my big brother's car. He just lent it to me when he left for college.
You lost your brother's car. Congratulations.
Oh,
He's gonna
well,
hate
that
you.
makes everything better then.
Really?
No!
Okay, there we go.
I let out a heavy sigh and pressed my finger to my temple, attempting to massage away the stress and irritation.
It was probably stolen. We'll need to call the police. You have a phone, right?
Amber, I need you to think carefully. She left her wallet in her car.
She left her wallet.
How much? Like, I will give you $20 million if she did not, in fact, leave her phone also in the car.
I do, but
Her voice trails off a
Uh-oh.
cliff. What she said earlier echoes in my head.
That's right. You said it was dead.
Okay.
And I'm guessing you left it in your car.
yeah.
Both
Yeah.
double down.
Well, that's just right.
Don't you have one?
Nope. Never needed one.
Afraid no one would call you?
Yes. No matter what she says, that is actually the reason.
Not quite.
I mean, it's like 80% that. I shield my eyes and look up at the dry sky. Its color has shifted to a glowing orange as sunset begins to settle over the distant valley peaks.
All right, now we just have to drive to the police.
Yeah, we have to drive through Death Valley National Park to get to the police.
Yes.
It's going to get dark pretty soon.
Don't worry, Amber. I would call you.
You don't have my
I
phone
would
number.
call
You
you.
don't have a phone anymore, and I don't have a phone.
At this point, I don't even have a soul.
I can't just leave her. It would literally be abandoning a child. Even if she did have her phone, it would take forever before anyone could get out here. She'd go from burning up in the heat to freezing out in the cold within a few hours. Plus, if there are people around who would steal cars, there's no telling who else is out here. Yeah, if they'll steal cars, they'll probably steal people.
Yeah.
I can already see how this would go down. She'd be huddled on the side of the road, trying to keep warm. A pack of coyotes would be howling all around her, closing in. Then, from down the road, a starved creep would pull up in a trashy old pickup truck, open his door for her, and... Oh, God.
Hey, where are you from? If you don't mind me asking.
Okay.
From the
By
south.
the way, so in the settings for the game, or in the extras mode for the game, they have like the DLC that we have downloaded for the game that we'll play later. But there's also stuff they said they have cut content. One of them is like, yeah, we just removed this. This was just a mode that was in like the original game that put like random stupid dialogue to replace all the dialogue. And it's like, okay, whatever. And one of them was like, we cut out a scene that was so uncomfortable that people were very like creeped out by it. You can re-include it, but we don't recommend you do that. And I believe it was something along the lines of what they just described. Like, that level of like, oh, very uncomfortable. So, yeah, we're obviously not including that scene.
Oh, I'm from Carlsbad.
She pauses for a moment.
Or at least kind of close to it. It's a little out of the way.
Carlsbad? You're from California?
Then why are you... But, hold on, but why are you coming from why are you going from New Mexico the other way?
No, silly. Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Huh?
Oh, right.
What? Have me going for a second.
How far is that?
Maybe 2 hours from here?
Wow. You didn't get very far at all, did you?
Marina lowers her head in shame.
I never really seem to.
Though I'm not really one to talk. I've been on the road less than a day. Would have gotten further if traffic on I-40 wasn't such a pain in the ass, but... And if I didn't pick up Marina.
Hey, listen. You don't live too far away. If you want, I can probably give you a lift back home.
I prep myself for an explosion of thankful energy and excitement. This does not happen. Instead, she continues to stare at the ground, her hands now balled up in fists as she fidgets ever so slightly.
Something wrong?
Your face! She shifts her gaze from the ground and looks at me straight in the eyes, drawing a deep, long breath.
Remember the treasure we were talking about at the store?
No.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot to ask, and you've already helped me out so much already. But do you think you could take me to the first place the treasure is?
Huh?
She wants to keep going, even after this entire disaster.
The treasure? Could you take me to the first?
I heard you the first time. It's just... You don't even know if this thing is real, but you've dropped everything to go look for it. And now you're asking me, someone you've just met out in the middle of the desert, to take you to it.
This is so insane a plot that the voice actor is literally breaking character and I believe using her actual voice to read these lines because she is in such disbelief.
Disbelief this
Even
girl's
though
doing it.
You don't know if it's real and you've just had your car stolen. Did I catch all that?
Am I reading this line right?
Yeah. Are you sure this is the line? She is shameless. I'm at a loss for words. How do I even respond to that? Will you marry me? I don't know. Like, you out crazy her. I try to recollect my thoughts, but only one word comes to mind.
Why?
Marina shrugs. Nothing more than that. She just shrugs. Okay, girl, listen. Let's live in a world where I do want to help you and will take you to the first stop. I'm only doing that if you tell me why. I can't have no explanation.
Tell me why.
I take a good look at her. Her wavy hair has been dried out by the hot desert air. Her face is red and drenched in sweat, probably close to melting off her makeup, which for some reason she wore on this trip through the desert. Oh, yeah. Even her nice clothes are a little ruffled. I mean, she clearly cares about what she looks like. By the way, her outfit also looks really good. But despite all that, this cute, peppy girl wants to keep pressing on. Even when most people would have called it quits after the car broke down. Even out here all by herself. For all I know, she could be some weirdo out to mug me, and this is an elaborate scheme. You know, that would be such an elaborate scheme that I'm pretty sure that no one would believe it's a scheme. If you set up somebody by asking them for help so they drive you to a gas station and then have your crew steal your own car to get you to then take them to a different, less remote place.
That's a really big, elaborate scheme.
What? But she wants my help. My help. It's been a while since anyone's needed that. It's like an honor. Do I deserve that? Probably not. But she's still asking. Why should I say no? I don't have to be in California for another few weeks. And isn't that why I'm taking this trip? To see the sights? For him? She's a little excitable and even more naive, but maybe I need a little bit of that. It's a lot better than just being out here all by myself with nothing but the ghosts of my memories to keep me company, even if it's just for a little while.
Why the hell not? Hop in.
For
Yeah,
realsies?
for
For realsies.
But only until the first location. After that...
The breath is forced out of me by the sharp impact of Maria tackling my stomach. A warm but damp sensation wraps itself around me as dead weight snuggles up against my chest. Wait, damp? Like, is she that wet? That, like, you're feeling it through your clothes?
I mean, it is a desert, so it is sweaty. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Never mind. I'll retract my stupid statement.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you!
Okay, Yellowstone, calm down.
What are you doing?
I'm hugging you, silly.
Yeah, I get that. My cheeks... yeah, my cheeks grow warmer with each passing second.
Thought.
I try to wriggle my way out, but she stays latched on, her grip getting tighter and tighter.
Marina, please. You're all sweaty.
There it is.
Sorry. I'm just super happy.
You're always super happy. She unlatches herself,
I up happy Pinkie Pie.
letting me clear my throat and really collect myself.
Anyway, let's get inside. I'm burning up out here.
We clamber back inside the motorhome, leaving the dry hellishness behind. I turn the ignition and let the AC blast away the RV's stuffiness. Letting out breaths of sweet relief, Marina and I collapse back into the seats.
All right, so where's the first piece of the treasure?
In your boobs.
They're never gonna say that.
You have no idea, do you?
Well, luckily, you have a book.
That's not true. The news said a part of it was somewhere here in New Mexico. Probably.
Girl, did you seriously set out driving to nowhere? You just started You live in New Mexico. It could have been in your fucking backyard for all you know.
She's 1,000 miles from nowhere.
I'm not surprised at all. I should have seen this coming.
You have the journal?
Yeah?
She hands the cheap paperback book to me. The cover feels like it could fall apart at the turn of a page. The whole thing is fitting of its rustic design. Memoirs of Peter Noel. I slide my thumb across the edges and flip through the pages. Thick forewords and passages commenting on the journal's historical significance skip past my eyes, most long enough to be their own book. Finally, a photocopied picture of one of the original entries appears, preserving the faded cursive lettering, the entire thing printed on the next page over. Crusting brown stains and wrinkles engrave the photo. Some of the writing's been scratched out too, like someone made mistakes and couldn't erase them. I hate to admit it, but for something that's probably a scam, well, sham also works, I guess, but a sham, this thing looks pretty authentic. With bounty and satisfaction in hand, I am homeward bound, this perilous journey forthcoming. Though my unrivaled intellect and unmatched ambition, I have succeeded in accomplishing what many believed would no longer prove profitable. Of course, this only comes as a surprise to those around me, not to myself. I had traveled this way on the trail with many others from the Missouri Territory, but as my typical characteristic success grew, I could sense the envious stares amongst my so-called peers. The danger eventually became so great that I wished to flee, but my companions left before I woke. For what reason, you may ask, I do not know. It is with this in mind that I have taken it upon myself to leave a note for one of my fellow prospectors and to borrow his steed, so that I may one day return to settle with my family. But if this journey has taught me anything thus far, it is that jealous cannot... Oh. Yeah, I'm not reading this crap. Where should I actually start?
I'm not reading this crap.
If he left California, lived in Missouri, and supposedly hid somewhere in New Mexico, like Marina said, then what we're looking for is likely a later entry.
Ah, here we are.
At last I have reached the final point of division in my travels. During my stay among the ruined sanctuary, the rogue native Lamasi had informed me of a landmark that was rich in the mythos of his people.
Little did they know, this book was just pure fiction.
Considered sacred, he said that the chance of the gold being discovered would be very slim. He referred to it as a winged rock, a monument erected toward the sky. After my previous detour, I finally arrived. It is with much disbelief, I must say, my friend Lamasi was right. It is not just a monument erected toward the sky. It is a mountain, almost as if the Lord himself had struck up the earth among the sand. It is guarded by trails of rocks around it, all branching from the mother rock. On this journey, I have encountered many different sights, dangers, and yes, even an occasional friend. As I look upon the mountain before me, I am reminded once more that there are things bigger and greater than I. Although I am not yet rid of this cough, my soul has been humbled and removed of fatigue. I can think of no better place to store the last of my gold, and I anxiously await the day I return.
What does it say?
Get a copy of the Miner's Journal. We already had this.
We had this at the gas station. Why
Just
didn't we
a
get it
big
now?
rock
Then, like,
and a bunch of little rocks.
That should narrow it down, right?
I have no words.
Yeah, to the entire state of New Mexico.
yeah.
Marina gasps and lunges toward the journal, the muscles in her neck tensed and eyes wide with panic.
That can't be the only thing he mentioned. There has to be more.
I raise the journal high above me so she can't reach it, using my hand as a blockade against her
Even
head.
though they're
as she,
clearly the same height.
yeah, as she desperately tries to grasp for it.
Sheesh, relax for a second. I actually have a pretty good idea of where it might be.
She settles down, still stiff with anxiety, nibbling at the tip of her thumb. I lower the book back down and read over the entry one more time just to make sure.
There's a part where he calls it a winged rock. Assuming my years of reading travel guides and brochures weren't totally useless, then I'm pretty sure that's a loose translation of what the Navajo used to call shiprock.
There's a ship out in the desert? Whoa.
I peer over the journal. Marina's imagination is going bonkers, her eyes alight as she tries to wrap her head around such novelty even existing.
This desert was once a vast sea.
This girl is literally like all boob, no brain. Like there's no thought behind these eyes.
How long have you lived in New Mexico?
Marina swells up with pride, only to deflate like a balloon before speaking, instead choosing to blow a misplaced strand of hair out of the way.
I think it was
Oh,
like
my
in front of her
life.
face or something.
I sigh and slam the journal shut.
It's a small mountain near the border of New Mexico and Utah that's vaguely shaped like a ship.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense.
As you can tell, I'm not a reader.
I also am pretty sure she's high all the time. I'm not yet certain if it's on drugs or just her own.
No,
Self.
her own
I'm surprised you
thoughts.
haven't heard of it.
She's high on
Things a
literal
landmark.
life.
Yeah, high on life.
Yeah. But hey, at least I know now.
Look, she's used to Yellowstone National Park. She's not used to being in fucking New Mexico. Shrugging, I put away the journal and smirk. Misplaced as it might be, her cheeriness is a good mix-up from the norm.
Do you think the treasure might be there?
Don't know, but it's worth a shot. We don't have anything else to go on. Sure you don't want me to just take you home?
Marina hesitates for a moment, turning to the windshield as if to dodge the question with her eyes.
No. I think I want to do this.
Alright then.
I put the car. Put
The
the car in
RV.
drive and look ahead. I'm sure that this is all going to work out. The sun is set, the blue shade of dusk rising up to take its place. I press down on the gas. Marina turns to me and smiles.
Let's hit the road.
The sun has long since set and given way to darkness. Only my headlights remain, illuminating the road and silhouetting the small rock formations around us. I've been alternating between the old tape and new ones, immediately throwing on the old tape after finishing the new one, and vice versa. I haven't had any complaints from Marina. She's been sitting at my side the entire time, softly humming off-key the music. She seems to be the type to just accept things as they are, like with her car being stolen, or that treasure, especially the treasure. And to make it worse, it's not just her. Apparently it's some phenomenon now. It goes to show how much I keep up with current events. But the whole thing smells like a scam. I bet somewhere all the big shots of the publishing house have gathered up gathered up in their corporate tower laughing at the idiots they've ripped off with the books.
Yep, that's what I'm
starting to
thinking,
sound
too.
like him. The music turns to static before the cassette is silenced by a loud click. I eject it and reach for his old tape again. Marina notices, taking the opportunity to break the long-held silence.
So, do you like music a lot?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I
Music.
figured. You've been playing those tapes this entire time.
She picks up one of the tapes on the center console and inspects it, going as far as to poke her pinky through one of the holes.
Though, I'm not sure what you'd call this type of music.
Yeah, I've just been playing whatever. Mostly jazz fusion and alt country. Throw in some new age crap in there for good measure. Most of these are mixtapes I made when I was little.
Cool. Any names I'd recognize?
I'm not sure that you'd recognize
No.
any names. She peeks at me through the holes of the cassette, wearing a wide, genuine smile.
Probably not.
Aw, come on. Try me.
Why not? Maybe I'm not giving her enough credit. Well,
You know,
You're giving her too
Gabriel,
much.
Gertu, Weather Report, Donovan, Methany.
Marina gives sage-like nods and grunts of understanding as I list off the
You
names.
have no idea who any of them are, do you?
Not a clue.
That's what I thought.
Sorry. I usually listen to whatever's on the radio.
Turn on the radio.
I crack a slight smile.
It's alright. I could see how it might be hard to get into. My gramps used to call it road trip music.
I still think it's nice, though. It's making you really happy.
Then the zombie apocalypse
think so?
happens. Yeah, there we go. Let's find a zombie apocalypse visual novel.
She taps her finger gently against my cheek. I pull away a little, but let her do it anyway.
Yeah? Why else would you be smiling?
I never really thought of whether it made me happy before, but I do know it made him happy, so that's good enough for me. That is literally not good enough.
That's actually why I'm going to California. You know, for a music festival.
For real? Where?
Not far from Palm Springs.
Palm Springs? Like the actual Palm Springs?
Don't know if there are any other Palm Springs in California, but yeah, they do it every year for a few weekends.
I went to my first concert a little before I graduated.
High school?
Yeah, seriously.
It was
You
so much
graduated?
fun.
Yeah, that was the thought I was having. I skipped the line. She rests her head against the window and stares at the road ahead, her smile fading, but still there.
An entire weekend of that sounds super awesome.
Nah, it ain't that cool.
Marina flings her head away from the window and turns to me. Now she's staring at me like I'm
How
crazy.
could you even say that? It's the coolest thing ever! I wouldn't even be able to wait. I'd want to see all the bands.
Sheesh, relax. It's not like I'm taking it for granted. It's just that there's only one group I know I want to see so far.
That's right, his favorite group.
Just one?
He was so excited when he got the tickets.
Just one that I'm excited for. I'll watch a bunch though.
Releasing alongside, Marina eases back into her seat.
Oh, good. I was afraid you were going to head home after you saw your group.
You crazy? I'd like to at least have a little fun before worrying about all the expenses I gotta deal with.
Expenses?
Ah, shit.
It's nothing.
She
Are
gasps.
you in debt? Is it college loans? My brother said those aren't fun to deal with at all.
Got too comfortable. Should have kept my mouth shut.
Or did you just spend too much on your
Without warning, I swerve off to the side of the road and onto the rocky sand, cutting Marina off and nearly giving her a heart attack. Marina shoots me a worried glance, her face still pale.
Oh my god! What was that? Are you okay?
I pinch the bridge of my nose and my elbows on the wheel.
Amber,
I've been driving all day. I'm a little tired.
where are we?
A little outside Albuquerque, so we aren't too far now. We'll sleep here tonight and drive to Shiprock first thing in the morning.
Killing the ignition, I climb out of my seat and into the living quarters. Marina trails behind me. There is only one bed. I yank open the bathroom's Velcro latched cupboards. Inside is a folded stack with a blanket, sheet, pillow, and my old gym clothes from school. I scoop them up and toss them to Marina. She scrambles to catch it, desperately balancing them as they lean out of her arms. Okay, well, we're over time, so we'll have to stop here. So that's going to be it for this episode. We'll come back next time and continue on in Highway Blossom. Until then, the future is very uncertain. What is certain is you guys are awesome, and there'll be more Two Bros Game Night tomorrow. See ya then.
Goodbye.